Hello everyone and welcome to the map Ghost River, and welcome to the October Viewer Challenge. Kicking things off today, map number 1, the red Protoss player here. The upper left corner belongs to Julianski. Are you Julian who is skiing? Or is it the whole name? Is your name Julianski? And their Protoss opponent, the blue probes here, a PvP to start. It is Skiemk. Probe violence already. Julianski sending theirs all the way across. Well, do I go now? Alarak, quick. The viewer challenge notes.
I hesitate to think what you would do without me.
Thank you very much, as always. So, the challenge for this month, October, I bid my willing participants to change their compositions a little bit, pay a little tribute and homage to the spooky season. We are going with spellcasters only. Yes. How do you define a spellcaster? Probably not the way I did in the challenge, because it caused a whole lot of ruckus in the Discord for a few days there. For the challenge purposes here, I decided to go with any unit that has energy. I wanted the units specifically that I knew could cast spells, the units that could feel tired at the end of the day when they're just low energy, just really resonating with my chronic fatigue. Okay, so we're looking at things specifically that have energy for each faction. Did it make some people mad? Yes, it did. Did that thought, in fact, bring joy to me? Yes, a little bit. Why'd you cancel your... Well then. Nexus, going through a little bit of an identity crisis here. Will it exist? Will it not exist? I don't know. Remains to be seen. The red Protoss going for a Stargate proxied on the map. Protoss here, we can talk about the Protoss units. Energy. Users, go. My Grandmaster viewers here. You already know. Sentry, of course. Looks like one of them is actually going for a sentry here. From the gateway, what else have we got? We got High Templar, obviously. So Sentry Templar, not a bad start, honestly. Robo. I don't think anything. You are correct, beautiful viewer. There's no units from the Robo that actually have energy. I did allow, though, detection, and transports are fine, because I really didn't want to have to watch High Templar slowly float their way across the map. That would be an absolute crime against Protoss sanity that I didn't want to really be responsible for. So, transports, observers, fine. Nothing else, though. From the Stargate, there are a couple options here, and none of them include this Stalker that's somehow losing a fight up against a couple of tickle beams. The Stargate, the Oracle, obvious pick. Everybody likes to go for Oracle at the start. There's also, though, the Phoenix. Did you know the Phoenix has energy? Yes, it does. It has its lift ability. I actually saw a Phoenix for a brief second there, a flash, switching over to an Oracle. However, red has an Oracle, so blue may wish they had kept the Phoenix going. The Oracle's gonna head into the main base here and immediately find quite a bit of success. The probe pull, not quite instantaneous. A couple of sentries will respond. Can the Oracle take the fight? I think the Oracle actually could have taken the fight if it had focused. Oracle's, though, easily distracted. The energy is gone. The attack beam will be turned off. Blue's Oracle will complete. What's the follow-up gonna be? Blue went for 2 Stargates, so presumably Phoenix? I mean, you could surprise me, go for a bunch of Oracles. Moracles, I say. No, it looks like it's gonna be Phoenix. Alright. And we're working off of 1 gate. Sentry so far, not terrible, not bad actually. I kind of like the idea of trying the ground style with this. Go for a lot of sentries, a lot of Templar, like your army's essentially a bunch of blue Skittles here. I like the idea, I like the premise. On the other side, red going for a few patrolling stalkers. Yes, I also set my units to patrol, so it feels like I'm playing a campaign mission. That way I feel safer in my ladder match. Oracle also goes into the main base. The pro pull a little bit quicker here for red. It's because it's their own strategy, though. They were quite aware of it. Oh, picking off a fifth one. Blue Oracle will stay alive, too. There's no blink. No blink. Not in sight for anybody at this point. Red, likewise, going to move. Excellent pull, though, it seems, from blue at this point. Getting over to that shield battery. The pros will remain safe. The sentries, furious. Anger being taken out up against the unbuildable plates. They're not rocks, okay. Somebody just left like a pile of scrap salvage down, and you're like, really? I'm trying to walk here, Timmy. Why you gotta leave your stuff everywhere? And Timmy's like, that's my junk pile. Okay, I want to look through it tomorrow. But you don't have time, so you gotta destroy it. Timmy will be sad, but Timmy will get over it. The Phoenix heading out. Do you already know about this? Oh, he did. Okay. The red Stargate already spotted, already known about the sentries are coming to respond, because Phoenix can't shoot buildings. Real major oversight there. Recall initiated. A couple of void rays appear from the wilds. Wait, the sentries were recalled? I mean, the sentry's not a bad choice. Guardian Shield, my friend. Guardian Shield works against all ranged attacks. Oh, the Phoenix do respond as well, so they'll be able to pick off one of the voids. What are you letting the other one go? Tell the others. My Phoenixes are coming. Possibly. Oh, nope. Who's driving this? The Phoenix just fly right on by. Right on by the void ray. Oh no, the timing here. The sentries, I think, are gonna spot it. Red's making a couple more Stargates at home. Sentries actually whittling down a void ray rather impressively. The damage per second point of sentries, not something you really think about, but I'm reasonably confident in saying they have the damage per second close to a Marine without stim, I think. I'm sure somebody will fact check me on that one, but I'm reasonably confident. The damage per second value for sentries is not that far off from Marines, which is nuts to think about. The sentry, of course, much more fragile, much more of a spellcaster than the Marine, so we don't really think about them for their just pure damage, but it's not that bad. The Phoenix count has been steadily rising to 7 here. They're going to move into the main base, get a bit of damage, pick off the Void Ray. I'm sorry, Anion Pulse Crystals is complete as well. They could just start lifting Stalkers up. There's just not enough answers, I think, from Red. They have 4 Stalkers, no blink in sight. Void Ray's not even here to pretend to stand a chance up against the Phoenix army. And map number 1 is going to go to the blue Protoss, wielding over their choices, Sentries and Phoenixes. Phoenixi. Oh, they had 1 Oracle, too, but quickly came to their senses and threw the Oracle away in favor of more Phoenix and Sentries. I like it. I like the choice. Of course, challenge requirements absolutely met. Not a bad match either. I'm keen to see. We do have some other factions today. Let's take a look. Onwards now to map number 2. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves on the map Oceanborn. The yellow Zerg drones here, the upper left corner, belonging to Masio PL, with a broken portrait. Hello. And their Protoss opponent, light pink probes here, a custom match between these two. It is Paprika. Brother, may I have some oat? No. Okay. No oats for the pink Protoss, it would seem, on this fine day. These two, belonging to the same clan, teammates, perhaps friends, more likely nemesis at this point. We shall see what's in store. A custom game, which I mean, truly means one, none, or both of them may have been participating in the challenge. Only time will tell. Compositionally speaking, we know we're pretty familiar at this point what Protoss can come up with. Likely to see some sentries, likely to see maybe some Phoenix, some High Templar. Zerg, however. Oh, they also had a Zergling portrait. First one broke, it would seem. Zerg units that have energy. Queens, of course, the obvious Grandmaster choice for peak Zerg performance. Other options for the inferior, well, we could go with Infestors, of course. Vipers, always a fan favorite, if your fan is, of course, me. Past that, though, good grief. Is Zerg really struggling that much? I mean, Overseers, and we all know about the mass Overseer shenanigans that are going on at the pro level. So that's an option. Maybe Queen Overseer we could see. Infestor, Neural, always an option, always a possibility. At this point, the spawning pool's completed. They are making a few queens. They're also getting macro hatch, which tells me definitely could be just queens. I think if I were going through this challenge and you told me I had to play Zerg, I would go for something queen related. Probably a Queen Nidus shenanigan, if I had to guess. On the other side, the Protoss Sentry has shown itself already, starting to forcibly tickle the Overlord until it retreats, finds a little bit of high ground. Oracle behind this. High ground vision will be obtained. Interesting. One gate sentry so far. Nothing too scary, nothing too dramatic. If yellow is indeed going for queens, they can definitely afford quite a few more hatcheries. So start slapping down maybe two more macro hatches, couple Evo chambers for upgrades. That high ground vision was obtained. Overlord will fall to the might of the Sentry. Sentry 2 OP. If only you had seen that last match, Masio. I would agree with your assessment there. It's not just the Sentry here, though. Oracle will hit the field, will move over to the other side, to the Zerg side of the map. Queens already here for the defense. A relatively normal-looking PVZ so far. You know, with the exception of 5 hatcheries, perhaps. Oh, this isn't a hatchery. This is just a group of queens. I don't know why I thought this was another hatch here. Stasis ward going down. Not actually going for damage. Instead, just a little bit of an emotional trauma assault onto those overlords. Testing the Zerg's reflexes, maybe. Trying to lure them. Really? It works. The queens fall into the stasis trap. Oh dear. A lair was made. Queen production still continuing. And the Protoss is starting to accrue a lot of resources. Far more resources than one gate can support. Which is continuing to warp in sentries one gate at a time, huh? It's gonna be that kind of game. More queens as a... I was just gonna say, I was mentioning the lair was made. I suspected this was probably going to be for some tech. Certainly not for any upgrades, because we have forgotten any semblance of evolution chamber at this point. You don't even need this much gas. Well, luckily they've only got one gas. They're only working one extractor, so that's fine. My income is incoming. An oddly accurate, almost pun, I will agree. Followed up with something that is questionable at best. A lot of queens here. Nidus is about to complete. Where is the vision, though? We have no overlords, no overseers. Overseers are, of course, supremely allowed. They have energy. Even if they're not, you know, your probably first go-to choice for spellcasters. They definitely work. I think at this point they're both still just kind of macroing up. We can speed this up a little bit here. Overseer Cocoon is on the way. The Protoss composition, did they add in on any more gates? They did. They did find their gateway button. Got a Stargate, fleet beacon on the way as well. 4th base coming along. Like I said, they're both macroing. The composition looking dreadfully similar to what we had last match, though. Nobody's... Well, that's a lot of hallucinations. It's a lot of hallucinations. Really? Here? Here is where we're gonna knight us? Where you know you're being shot at, and they can clearly see? Yes, here, Indigos. This is where. They did make their army look bigger, I suppose, because they only have 3 to 4 Phoenix. They got 3. But the hallucinations make it look like 11. And the Overseer it did take damage, so perhaps a bit of trauma, a bit of fear ensues. The Nidus is holding on to quite a few queens. There's 20 in total. They're not all in the Nidus, though. We've got 6. Oh god, that's probably too many to just be sitting here. Oh yeah, at this point, I think you just send them all in. And get a few more Overseers there. We've only got 1 just now heading out. At least you did get the pneumatized Carapace, get that OV speed. But things are looking, I'll say, much better, possibly, for the Protoss. The worker count definitely in favor. The base count looking fine. Their issue's the army production. Like what are we going for? Whatever it is, I'm quite confident we can support more of it. Nidus Worm will be thrown down at this far base. The Protoss doesn't seem to actually notice that. They see the Overseer. Changelings. Human zealots. If the Zerg makes it look like the Protoss made zealots, is the Protoss technically disqualified? Or is the Zerg technically disqualified for making zealots? Way too many queens popping out of the Nidus all at once here. Stasis wards thrown down. Actually not a terrible decision if they can lure the queens into them. The Nexus really should be thrown away at this point. Just get the probes out of there. Come on. Laying down a few creep tumors. The assault is initiated. A mothership. We had this discussion. Not technically an energy user, but spellcaster enough. I'm inclined to be lenient. Stasis trap is triggered. A few of the queens will be shut down. No more moving out for them. The sentry count, substantial, 12 here. Phoenix, 7. So this Protoss is definitely favoring the Phoenix less than the previous, but they've got a decent amount of sentries. A mothership is on the way, which might help turn the tide here. I mean, Cloak is going to be decently strong as long as the mothership doesn't go down. The lack of upgrades, too. What's going on here, Mr. Zerg? You've got not enough hatches, not enough Evo chambers, not enough Nidus worms. But we do have plenty of confidence, Indigos, and that's enough to get me started. I agree. You can make it pretty far with game knowledge or confidence. You can pretty easily tell which player is using which trait. The force fields. Going up a ramp here, pretty decent choice. Oh, yeah, they're gonna start to be thrown down there. Queens transfusing, creep helping out there. Force fields continuing to hold the line. Are they just delaying for the mothership? The mothership's almost completed. Templar Archives actually almost done too. Feedback would be incredibly strong here, incredibly useful. Storm too, really. Anything other than the water balloon would be helpful. Force fields continuing to hold the top of the ramp. Sentry energy is getting a little bit low at this point. You might want to just save a few for Guardian Shield. The mothership is here. They do not have any energy, but as mentioned, spellcaster enough that I'm inclined to be lenient, forgiving. Well, some of the Phoenix are just sitting there outside detection range. They have anion pulse crystals. I didn't even notice the range upgrade. The mothership's going to be targeted down. The Queen's not doing too badly, actually. They really need to just kind of focus their fire, though. No, Queen count doing pretty well. Reinforcing Nidus worms. Where are the rest of the Queens? You have queens at home. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You have so many queens at home. You're just letting these ones fall. Oh no. The sentries are going to start to whittle down the queens. Energy's getting a little bit low on both sides though. Phoenix starting to pick up some of them. Focus the ones with high energy. That's the Protoss here. Start to pick them off one by one. Nidus Worm still nowhere in sight. The sentries are doing really well actually. +2 is about to finish up. 2-2 for the sentry damage per second output. Using those extra gates to good use. Their 3-gate sentry. Ah yes, the good old 13 minutes 3 gateway defensive timing here. They're also getting Storm +3 attack. Here we go. Now we've got the reinforcing queens. If only you had had these 10 to 12 queens in that engagement. Oh my word, hurting me right in the Zerg. Okay, we get it. You don't want him here. Alright, force fields going out, sentries doing pretty decently. No Guardian Shield in sight though. The Phoenix are going to have to start to help out, lifting up some of the queens, but it's going to be plenty enough here. The Protoss will hold with over 15,000 resources in the bank. For the grand finale, we find ourselves on the map Alcyone, a red Terran player here, occupying the upper right corner. It is Ghoul Tech. Oh, almost sounds spooky enough to be Halloween themed, okay? But they just misspelled ghoul. Okay, we'll forgive them. And their Terran opponent, the blue SCVs here, the bottom left. It is Long. You will not get me, viewer here. Unlike this SCV, apparently. Good gosh, the mirror matchups today. So violent. Why they... Look at this. He's gonna get him. Oh my gosh, he gets him. And still out for more blood? Really? Oh my gosh. Ghoul Tech willing to sacrifice it all for the one SCV just to delay that barracks a little bit here. Okay. On the other side, how are they coming along? That barracks is just about to hit green. Okay. They essentially just evened it up. Okay, their barracks is now, what, 2 seconds slower than it was before? My gosh. Okay. Well, now that we've had the bloodshed and vicious attack and assault already over with, we can see what they're actually going to be doing now with their time, with their plans here. They're both choosing to go for add-ons. Oh my gosh, really? A Ghost Academy this quickly? This is pre-2 minutes. And this was started a fair bit ago. I just didn't even notice till now. So blue here, they're coming in with a plan. They've got an idea. Is it a good idea? We will have to wait and see. I'm just going to steal that camera location there. Factory right next to it. Fabulous. This is the first match we've actually had a Terran in. So whoever is the viewer here, whichever one of you is going for the challenge. Okay. Whoever is going for that challenge is, let's think about this. Compositionally, energy units for Terran. Ghost, obviously, like the supreme, spellcaster type energy using unit for the Terrans. They also have some other options that they've got Banshees, they've got Ravens, and that's probably it. Medivacs. They do have Medivacs, which I'd say would have already been on the menu because I allowed transports, but past that, I mean, they use energy, so they're totally fine. Ghost Medevac, viable composition here, along with bingo bases for any that may have ordered them, Cyclones, Reapers, and a very bad factory. I don't know what that factory... the Cyclones just came from that factory too. That's the equivalent of being mad at your mother for giving birth to you. Okay, like, sure, it's probably going to happen at some point, but that quickly? Good gosh, these Ghoul Tech. I'm a little nervous for their mental health. at the start of this, I noticed too, no have fun. Okay, the blue Terran here, they're throwing out the full good luck, have fun. Here's some hearts, feeling good, nice mood. Red though, just good luck. There will be no fun. Oh, the Reaper barely gets away from the snipe here. Nuclear missile is on the way. That steady targeting snipe on a Reaper. Can't say I've seen that one in quite some time, but it does work. Reaper, I don't even think he got a kill. No, he didn't even get one kill. Maybe took one shot at the SCV. A little nervous about this engagement, though. Yeah, the Cyclones. Oh, the cloak, though. Great counter. Another Ghost about to complete. Depot will be in peril. It's having a fair bit of trouble. The Ghosts, they'll actually get one of the Cyclones, which should be enough. Well, it was going to be enough. The Depot's unfortunately going to burn down, which is not good for blue. The scan will run out. The Ghost could block the movement with their cloak, but I think they're going to actually go after the Cyclone. Who's faster here? I would think the Cyclone would be faster, but it honestly feels like they're about the same. Yeah, the Ghost is really struggling. Can't snipe. The Cyclone, why'd you turn around? Oh my gosh, they turned around. And thus, they're going to lose their life. Hello? Well, nuclear missile will be launched. There's a Cyclone drop in Blue's main, but they're a little busy, of course, staring at the nuke that's actually not going to hit a lot of SCVs here. Now get this one. Ugh, very unfortunate time to not be in the refinery. Oh no, the scan didn't even catch the Ghost. Oh. Is this their only orbital? That is their only orbital, so they're going to have to bring the Raven back. The Raven does make it home. This drop, Cyclone drop, we'll check on that one in just a second. The Ghost will be spotted, will fall. And the drop in the middle of the map, the medevac's taking a few hits for sure. It's like... That's the best part. Ghost composition is hearing the Ghost audio when they die. That Cyclone drop did a serious number though. 9 SCVs killed total, so probably 8 in just that attack. Oh, good grief. Ghoultech says, hey, that was pretty good. I think I'll go back for some more. How about that? Half health medevac, totally fine. It's still just one barracks, though. I mean, there's not really enough SCVs to support it. I really do like the choice of going for the rich gas. If you're going to go with some sort of silly composition like this, you got to go all out. You got to go for the rich gas, the rich gold. Why not? Unfortunately, these Cyclones are still completely annihilating the main base here. And that scan's really only good if we have something to fight. So then we're going to drop them outside the scan range. Oh god, just target the medevac, really? He's gonna get away. Oh gosh. He can probably see him. That Ghost is probably seething. I'd be trying. You take a few shots. Worst case you miss. Come on, that's okay. Oh, nuclear missile number 2. Attempt will be made. SCVs will be pulled. Ghoultech not going to be caught by such simple shit. Even the orbital, really? All it's going to do is reduce the damage. The refinery is going to be torn apart. Depot will burn down. Where are you going with this? This is your main base. Okay. Well, the second command center is landed over in the natural. The Ghost will be picked off at the hands of the auto turret, which feels like a really good choice, actually. If you're going to go for energy units only, you know, Ravens, not that bad of an option either. Everybody likes to think about the Ghost, sure, but Ravens, they're doing pretty good. Mass auto turret shenanigans, they don't have the seeker missiles that they used to. But they can still do a serious number if you get enough of them together. And I think that might be the plan. It could still be Banshees. Because of course they're both coming from the Tech Lab starport. They both pretty decent on the gas there. I still like the idea of the rich gas, no matter how you go with this challenge, this composition. Banshee, speaking of course, red actually going for a fair amount of these energy units still. Banshee, do they have cloak? They do not. So no cloak will be had, and no ghost for the defense. Now, blue does have cloak, but not getting it activated quick enough. They're at 0. Come on, we lost them. What happened? You're both at 0. God, the Banshee. Why? Why is it being so successful? Well, I do like the idea of the EMP, of course, not actually going to be needed because red does not have cloak. How are you, oh, you're okay. I guess there's just no vision over here, so red's not going to see that ghost in time. Might be able to set off another nuke. I don't think there's any active. No, it would show up in either the units or the structures. So there's no nukes ready at this moment. And still just the one Ghost Academy. So I think their idea is to move forward with Ravens, actually. So they're not even going to really be continuing with Ghosts. They are making another nuke, but I think the choice, they're going to try to move up the tech tree. Move up there to get Ravens. Will the choice be for auto turrets? I hope so. I don't really think you should be open to getting fancy with the level of control that I've seen here. I think maybe we should just stick to auto turrets. Speaking of, look at that. One auto turret gonna fend off 5 Hellions for a short little bit of time. That's not too bad, actually. The Ghost Cloak pick off the Raven, the Hellions. They're not even gonna make it into the front door before that's going very poorly for them. Is there still the Ghost up here? I don't think so. I'm not sure where he went. He could have fallen, actually. Because there were ghosts being controlled in the main base, if that was an all-army move, that ghost up here may have been put to rest. Raven's going to move in. Auto turret's already queued up. There is a missile turret here, so the Ravens should not stick around. Oh, they went after a couple of the Marines. Good gosh, the amount of damage auto turrets do. The missile turret, is it going to burn? It burns. High-sec auto tracking on the way before any other damage upgrades. Perfection. Thank you, viewer Terrans. Blue now successfully mining both of the rich gases, able to support 3 starport. Raven might even be able to support a 4th starport if they wanted. They have the choice. Banshees continue to be made for red, who I think did actually get cloak. Because they don't have a Ghost Academy, right? No. So that has to be Banshee cloak. Good, okay. So red, both of them really don't seem to care about going for a normal army composition. Missile turrets here to help out. Static defense, of course, completely fine. My challenge, my requirements, more in the army, the compositions. Missile turrets allowed for defense. Banshees will be fended off there. Very unfortunate ghost at the front door. Oh my gosh. Well, this is why we don't take our natural Indigos, right? Auto turrets, once again, thrown down. The natural base of the Red Terran will be dealt with, mostly by themselves. Auto turrets really have that core flaw, you know, the self-destruct button that's activated just 10 seconds, roughly, after their own existence. Very short-lived turrets. Is that better? Is that worse? Those of you who perhaps remember the good old Wings of Liberty auto turrets, those things stuck around for like 3 minutes. Like 180 seconds that those auto turrets were out and about. Missile turrets will be made. Not quick enough, though. The pickoff? Oh, almost got this one. More turrets being thrown down. Ravens, decent choice. Like I mentioned, auto turret. Just absolutely shredding everything nearby. Did you get high-sec auto tracking? No. How could you not get high-sec auto-tracking? You have an engineering bay, too. You made it for missile turrets, really? Like, no damage upgrades. Okay, fine, I can forgive that. Well, of course, looking at viewer Terrans here, but no high-sec auto-tracking, that's madness. To go for auto-turret-related composition. Shenanigans continues. Red just not able to get up any missile turrets, not even making enough army units really to deal with this. What do they have? They've got a few Marines. Nuke is ready as well. The Ghost moving in against the third base here. Drop in Blue's main. Marines, Hellion, and a siege tank setting up shop will be able to at least probably destroy the starport, threaten the base. The all-army move, though, everything was called back home. The third base having a bit of trouble dealing with the Ghosts here. Could float, could fly away. The Ravens, well, they're at least out of energy. Red, essentially turning this into a base race, it feels. Where are you going? Don't let it just slowly burn. They could call down a mule. Call it good. Repair it up. I think Blue just probably has too much here. Yes, Red does have this army. We'll be able to at least destroy most of the main base, but do they even know? No, they don't even know about the bases up here. Now, Blue has continued to make more Ravens, planetary on the way, plus missile turrets, Terrans. Got it locked down, safe and secure. The siege tank will get is that the only barracks? Oh my gosh, that was the only barracks. No more Ghosts. No more Ghosts can be made. It is now down to Ravens exclusively. The auto turret conundrum here, the convention of turrets in the main base where there's a few Ghosts to help out. They do have one nuke, but it has not yet been called. There's a few Vikings, which feels like a choice that you would want to make, but surprisingly not very helpful up against this many Ravens, this many auto turrets. Red really focusing on getting the heck out of here, apparently. Blue Terran will reign supreme. What was the total count? I'm curious. We have 16 Ravens, 5 Ghosts active, lost 11 and 8. Wow. Almost 30 Ravens constructed. We can't see the amount of auto turrets, but safe to assume it was probably quite a few turrets across. Thank you all so much, of course, for the wonderful submissions. Congratulations to the victors. Which faction do you think handled this challenge the best? Terrans, of course, a lot of Ravens, a lot of Ghosts, Zerg pulling out the Queen shenanigans. Protoss, I think Protoss would have to get my vote. I think the Sentry Phoenix really made it feel not too different from a normal match. I'll say as long as they fight early, have a bit of control, force fields, Guardian Shield. Either way, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know. I hope you all have a great day.